fun zoo. Youngsters will have fun at the zoo as they read the game cards and follow the paths to the correct animal's cage or stop at the snack shop. Okay, it's really hard to see the dot on my screen right now. I think we got a boy here and a girl here maybe. I'm not really sure. I think it said to pick between a boy and a girl. It doesn't really matter. They're holding hands and they look cute. We're going to draw a card, which is going to be the fish. Okay, the girl's the one on the left wearing a bow tie with a dress, I guess, and the boy's the one wearing possibly nothing. Let's go see the fish here. They are in this middle tank. I'm not sure if you're able to go right through the alligator, if you have to go all the way around. You can see up here they're dividing in different colors, but I'm going to say you still have to go around either way. Both players put your hands on the table. And 3, 2, 1, go! Run down the hill. I guess we both wanted to visit the bear on the way or whatever the heck that is, a pink thing there. But I think player 2 won. Normally, if you go through the wrong square, then you would lose a card. But we're not playing like that right now. They did have a slight advantage because they started a little bit closer to the fish tank. But now we're going to be even because we're both on the same spot. Next is going to be the rooster. I don't even know where the rooster's at. Good luck deciphering these characters. Okay, I see it. It's in the top left rectangle in the top middle box. Hands on the table. And 3, 2, 1, go! We're running and excited to see that rooster, but wait, player 1 wanted to stop and look at the lion because he's probably much more interesting. And let's face it, these kids probably already hate roosters because they get woken up every day at 5 in the morning to get ready for school. Let's do one more and see if player 1 can get some points on the board. We're going to do birds. I can't tell where the birds are on this map. It looks like maybe the top right corner, but those kind of look more like flying fish than birds. It's definitely different than the picture on the card. Hands on the table, and 3, 2, 1, go! We're running all the way across the zoo, and it was pretty much a tie. I'm gonna have to give it to player 2 again though, because they were more in the box than player 1 was. So it looks like player 2's the winner with 3 cards. Good job. Now you know who to take with you if you ever need a navigator at the zoo. It's time for volleyball, a demanding game of your electronic coordination as you try to smash the ball over the net and out of your opponent's reach. We're gonna need game card 7, an overlay, and I guess that's it. You're just paying for the overlay in this one. Okay, here's the game overlay, and without it, it's just 2 dots and a line down the middle. If the ball passes through the line, it'll disappear. Boop! Then it'll end up on the other side. With the overlay back on, you can see where the starting point is because there's a little black cutout there. That's going to be your starting point before every serve. Whenever you hit the ball, you're going to use your English to get it over the net, and then before it goes off the end of the screen, you have to bring the English back down so it's below the line of the net. We're going to start with a serve from player 1 and see if we get some kind of a volley going. So I'm going to hit the ball, bring it down below the net. Player 2 is going to get it, and I hit the wrong direction with the English, so player 1 gets the point since he served. Let's go for another serve and try to do it right this time. Player 2 gets the ball with an answer, and he gets it over the net. Player 1's going to hit it back towards him. We got a solid volley going. Oh no, my hand slipped off the keyboard. I forgot which button was the English, and I hit the wrong direction. So player 1 gets the point. We'll go back to our starting positions and do another serve. A solid serve going over the net, attempting to prevent player 1 from scoring this round. Player 2 answers, bringing it back to player 1. He hits it back. Oh, and it was too close to the net. It hit the top. That means player 2 does not get the point because he didn't serve, but now he gets a chance to score with the serve going to player 2. Here comes the serve, and player 1 going in for the attack and immediately hits the ball into the net, giving player 2 some points on the board. In the rules, it does say you have to volley it 3 times back and forth before a point can count. I'm just going to go by 1, and player 1 wins best out of 3. Next is Handball, the electronic version of Handball that challenges your response and reactions in a fast-moving game. This one is pretty basic if you already know how to play handball. We're going to hit the ball against this wall over here and volley it back and forth until one of us messes up. And now we could finally do all those crazy tricks that your friends used to do in the schoolyard that you could never figure out by using the English on your controller. We're going to start by resetting the ball, and that is not the fast-moving pace that challenges my responses and reactions that it bragged about on the title page. We are definitely going to have to turn up the speed. There we go. You want to feel the burn when you smack that ball. To start, you hit the reset button to get the ball going. That counts as player 1's serve, so player 2 has to return. If you happen to hit your own ball again after you hit it against the wall for some reason, then you either lose the serve or lose the point. Just like volleyball, you only could score a point if you're the one that served. You can only serve with player 1, so you have to switch controllers whenever you switch servers. When serving, player 1 has to be between the red and blue lines, and the receiver, player 2, has to be behind the blue line until he hits the ball, and then you can go wherever you want. Here's the serve, and player 1's going to give it a little English, and he missed it! That is an ace! 1 point on the board for player 1. Going in for a second serve, and hopefully player 2 could answer this time. Here's the serve, and he's going for the same trick play, and he missed it again! Player 2, what are you doing? Player 2 has hopefully learned from his mistake now. He's going to start in the middle, being prepared for the curved ball. Here's the serve. It's going the same direction, and player 1 hit his own ball, which means now it is player 2's serve, and no points are given. Remember, we do have to switch controllers, so player 2 is now on top. Player 1 receives, player 2 gets it back, and he doesn't use enough English or move out of the way, giving it back to player 1. We are switching controllers back now. It is game point and tensions are rising high. Here comes the serve. Oh, he's going low this time. Player 2 was ready for it. Not a lot of English going on at the moment. They got the volley going. Player 1 with some English going up. Oh, player 2 went too high. He missed it. That's the game. 3-0. Player 2 needs to get some practice. Somebody send him back to the schoolyard. This is Percepts. All you need to play Percepts is a good memory, fast reflexes, and a little ESP. This is the game that you get for free if you turn in the survey card when you buy your Magnavox Odyssey, and you'll get the overlay and the cards and everything you need. This is what the game looks like. I won't be able to actually play this one because you need physical cards to do it, but I'll still explain how it works. It's basically a game of memory. There's two different ways you could play. One way, you have green cards and purple cards. So you lay out all the green cards as you see here on the overlay where all the gray rectangles are. So it'd be 5 across and 3 down. This is what the cards look like, and you can either play by the symbol on top or the pattern underneath. If you're doing the patterns, you'd have all the green cards laid out face up so you could see all of them. So you'd have 15 of these, and it looks something like this with different patterns on them. Once you're ready, you'll draw a purple card and try to find that pattern with the cards you laid out, and then match that same spot on the screen by moving your white dot to one of the gray boxes. Both players will try to move as fast as they can. You have to stay in the red until you find the spot you're trying to go for. If you accidentally hit the wrong gray block, then you lose the point unless the one you overlapped happens to be the correct card. Just for an example, let's say the card I'm going to draw is going to be in this block here. Both players would start in their square. We draw the card, and then both players are going to race to try to get to that square. Player 1 already overlapped the wrong square, so he would be out, but player 2 still has a chance to make it, and he got to the square, so he would get the point. Then you just repeat the cycle until all 15 cards are picked up, and whoever has the most wins the game. The second way to play this game is literally just a game of memory. You lay the cards out the same way, and this time you're going to go by the symbols on top. You're going to lay out 15 of them and give yourself 30 seconds to try to memorize where each symbol is, and then turn them all face down. Only one person is going to be guessing the cards, and the other player is going to be drawing the cards, and then you'll switch at the end. Once you're ready, the other player will draw a card, and it's a fish, so now you're going to have to try to remember where the fish is laid out. So he'll take a guess and say, I think it's right here. The player drawing the cards will flip the card over and see if you're right. If you are correct, you keep the card as a point and then move on to the next one. If you're wrong, you just discard the card and keep going until you've done all 15 cards, and then you switch sides and do it again, and whoever has the most cards at the end wins the game. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, the Odyssey Shooting Gallery Targets. This is a whole expansion you could buy separate from your Magnavox Odyssey that comes with the rifle along with a few games. Shooting Gallery Targets offers you an exciting new dimension in the enjoyment of your Odyssey game simulator. Your shooting gallery includes the electronic rifle, 2 printed circuit game cards, and 4 different game overlays in 2 sizes. The total unit offers 6 variations for testing your skill. And here's a lovely picture of the electronic rifle showing you how to reload. Your rifle is sturdily constructed and is completely safe. Well, that's good to know. It does have an electronic circuit, and therefore should be used only with the Odyssey game simulator. It is designed to extinguish a light or target that appears on the television screen when either game card 9 or 10 is inserted into the master control unit. Since the rifle is sensitive to all light sources, it is important that the room lighting, lamps and sunlight, be adjusted to simulate normal light for evening television viewing. Note, if the rifle is aimed at a light source other than that which appears on the screen, such as a lamp or sun-brightened window, it will extinguish the target. I guess that's an additional way you could play. Just set up a light on your screen and go around your house shooting light bulbs and see how good your aim is. The first game is Prehistoric Safari. Your time machine has landed in 1 million BC, and most of your ammunition has fallen into a volcano, and you have only 15 bullets left. How does your ammo just randomly fall into a volcano? So player 2 has to just sit around and light up all the dinosaurs, while player 1 gets to have all the fun. There is a game variation you could play where each dinosaur you shoot is worth a different amount of points, but I'm just going to play with 15 bullets where each dinosaur is worth 1 point. I'm assuming there's 15 dinosaurs on the overlay. There appears to be only 10 targets on the overlay, along with 3 other dinosaurs that don't have a target on them for some reason, but I guess that's okay. I'll just have to shoot some of them twice. It also looks like most of the dinosaurs are about the same size as the volcano, which means these things are going to be huge. I really don't think 1 bullet is enough to take these out. Oh man, one of the targets I don't even think is a dinosaur. It looks like a monkey. They want me to shoot a monkey? What is wrong with these people? Since I am playing on a simulator, we do have a target on the screen because I obviously am not holding a real light gun, so I can't see where I'm aiming, but this is what it would look like if you were playing for real. There would just be a light on the screen, and then you have to aim through the scope to try to see where you're shooting. Since I don't have the gun, I'm going to be using the target, and it might make the game a little bit too easy because I could basically aim exactly on the targets where I want to go. but maybe if you were going to try this on your own, you could use a timer or something and see how fast you could go. The way this game is played is player 2 will move the target onto a specific dinosaur, then you have to aim your gun to the target. I'm going to put my mouse exactly on the red dot here and get a perfect shot. Then you're just going to shoot him. The light's going to disappear, and then you'll reload to reset the light, and then you do it again another 14 times, and you switch after that. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. So we'll go for another one here. There's another shot. That's 3 direct hit. That's going to be 4. What a deadeye I am. And that's 15. That big boy is going down. Who needs an asteroid to kill all the dinosaurs when you have such a stone cold dino killer like myself? That was a little too easy, and I really want that real life experience. So I'm going to put this target here, and I'm going to try to shoot without the on-screen target and see how good I could do. I'll just start up here somewhere, and then I'll move down to the right a little bit, and I completely missed. And that is how you play Prehistoric Safari. This is Dogfight! The Red Baron knows all the tricks. You've got to be good to knock him out of the skies. For this game, the World War I ace is going to want to blast that Red Baron out of the sky while he's flying. Player 2 is going to act as the Baron, and he's going to be a moving target, following the lines going through each little checkpoint section here, while player 1, the ace, is going to try to shoot him out of the sky. If at any point that wily Red Baron goes too far off the track, then player 1 automatically gets a point. This one is a little hard for me to play on my own on the simulator, so I'll just kind of explain how it works. So player 1's going to aim at these targets here, and as the Baron comes flying through, you're going to try to shoot him in his tracks, and then if you get the first one, you get a point. If not, you miss the point. You go to the second one, and go to the third one, and continue all the way along the trail, and then switch at the end, and whoever has the most hits wins the game. Next is Shootout. It's the good guys against the bad guys. Wow, what an explanation. Player 1 is going to be the sheriff with the gun. Player 2 is going to be the Dalton gang. This game is pretty much the exact same thing as the dinosaur game. The only difference is this one has a quick time limit. You're going to light up the character and then say, "You'll never get me, sheriff." And if you don't shoot him before you finish that line, you don't get the point. And then you just move on to the next one. And you go all the way through the top, down to the carriage, then everyone on the bottom. I don't think there's really a set path, so you can kind of go wherever you want, as long as you get everybody once. Let's give this thing a whirl. You'll never catch me, sheriff. You'll never catch me, sheriff. You'll never catch me, sheriff. And you can totally see how that will never get annoying while you're playing this game. You'll never catch me, sheriff. You'll never catch me, sheriff. You'll never catch me, sheriff. I've been catching all of them, so I think they need to come up with a better phrase. And clearly I'm going to catch them all, so we're just going to say they surrendered and move on to the next game. And the last game we have in this exciting expansion pack is the Shooting Gallery. Hiya! Yeah! Yeah! I don't know exactly how that's supposed to read, but that's what it says. Step right up and win the little lady a genuine imitation Cupid doll or Cupid or something. 50 shots for 50 cents. Everybody wins! Here we are at this exciting shooting gallery. So you can see here on the both sides of these bunnies, we have a player 1 and player 2 block. They're just going to kind of be the borders of this game. And then we're going to have the light run across the middle here, back and forth. So this is the default speed, but once again, you could adjust the speed as you see necessary. You could go really fast if you're super skilled, or have it kind of medium. Or if you really just suck, you could just make it still and really just practice that shot. But I'm going to go with the kind of moderate speed, not too fast, not too slow, because I'm going to be using a mouse, and also I don't know how sensitive and accurate it is, so we'll just go around here. We're going to start here at the airplanes, and player 2 is supposed to count 10 times for the ball going back and forth, and then player 1 is just going to shoot as many times as you can within those 10 rounds. Once you're done with the airplanes, you do 10 times with the rabbits, 10 times with the ducks, and 10 times with, I have no idea what in the world that's supposed to be, but that down there. There is a game variation where everything's worth a different point value. In the manual, it says that planes are 1 point, rabbits are 5 points, the ducks are 7 points, and I guess these are supposed to be ships somehow, are worth 10 points. Or you could just make everything 1 point, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm not really going to count it because I'm going to be focused on shooting, so I'm just going to go ahead and go, so that'll be 1 right there. And there does appear to be quite a delay trying to shoot this thing. I've clicked on it multiple times and it is not going away, so there's 2 finally. I guess I'm going to have to get ahead of the shot. And that's 3, and that's good enough. We'll move on to the rabbits now. This one's resetting on its own, which is making it way easier. I am completely wrecking right now. Okay, never mind. That one completely passed me up. I haven't been keeping score, but I haven't missed much yet, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. There's 1. This one I do have to reset manually again, which is no fun, but there's 2, and we'll go ahead and move on to the last one. And there we go. Took out the whole Navy with 1 gunshot. And that is all the games for the Magnavox Odyssey for now, until we revisit and check out the games that came out only a few months later in 1973 that were all sold separately. And I know you'll be back because you're just dying to see what those games are.